good morning. How is everyone? It's a blistery 86 degrees already. I think with a high of 95-ish. I think. One day it's going to be 99. But you know the heat index is going to be way higher than that. It's going to be well over 100, okay? I don't know how high it will be. But yeah, it's going to be very high. I told Lisa this morning, I said, well, welcome back to the place talk about. Welcome back. There's a guy on an electric bike. He was in front of me when I pulled out my driveway. He went a different way as I did, and I'm traveling pretty slow through the neighborhood. But he went a different way, and he's way ahead of me. He's getting it on that electric bike. When I first saw it, I was like, please tell me that is not my father. Because my dad has an electric scooter. It's cool, and I drove it to his house, so it will go that far. But to keep the battery up so you can get there, you have to go on the slowest speed, okay? If you try to speed up and go at a faster rate, your battery's gonna die before you get there. Yeah, or it's automatically gonna slow itself down to about 1 mile an hour. 1 mile an hour, yeah. I'm here, I gotta get gas. I hate to get gas with her, but I just realized that I don't have any gas as soon as I got in the car. So I'm gonna get gas and I'll be right back, okay? Okay, I only got $15 worth because the first time I got out, she jumped out of her seat like she was going with me. I was like, honey, I'm right here. You can't get out of the vehicle. I mean, I had her leash. She wasn't going anywhere. So when I got back in the car, I said, now you jumped yourself out of your seat, jump yourself back in. So she leapt from here to here into her seat. And now I got her clipped in because this thing comes with a clip. So I clipped her back in so she couldn't jump out again. I was like, honey, I'm not going anywhere. She's so afraid she's going to miss out on something. Anyway, I was telling Lisa went on vacation. Thursday was a holiday for us, and Friday, she was off. She went to the beach. So I texted her this morning, and I said, well, I tried to do as much of your job as I could on Friday, but I had so much of my own stuff to do. So I just now finished up all the recaps that came in. I said, I told Tommy, I've got so many tasks between your job and my job that I don't know what to do. My ADHD brain is just pinging from here to here to here because I don't know where to start. You know, like you have so much to do, you just don't know where to begin. Tommy said, one thing at a time. It's Friday and it'll all be there next week. I was like, that's a fact, Jack. It will all be there next week. But still, it blew my brain just like, I don't know what to do first. So anyway, I at least got those done. I got a couple of other of her jobs done, but she's gonna have to catch up on her own because now I gotta focus on mine. Gotta get my brain back settled into what I need to do. Ain't that right? It looks like it's 9,000 degrees in this car. The air, it's nice and cool, baby. Of course, there again, I'm not wearing a fur coat. I have got to get her shaved. I just have not wanted to do it because it does make such a mess, don't it? Say it just makes such a mess. Gets all over me and everything else. Them little tiny hairs just stick to everything. Yeah. Anyway, I ordered me a float for my itty bitty pool. Now, I might eventually replace my pool, but I paid $25, I think, for the pool that I have. So if there's one cheaper, I mean, God forbid I have to go to Walmart. I hate going to Walmart with a passion, but I will if I have to. But I would like one at least 3 feet wide, because my float is 32 inches. But you know, I told my dad, I said, hey, even if it won't move, at least it'll get my butt off that hard cement. Cement? It's like a cement pond. A cement. Cement. I think that's the way you're supposed to say it, cement. But cement is how I say it. It's like a cement pond. Yeah. That was Cyarn. Y'all know what Cyarn is? I think it's supposed to probably be pronounced Carrion. I'm not sure. The first time I ever heard the word, I was working at the sheriff's office, and Carol said there's some Cyarn on the side of the road. And I was like, Cyarn? What the heck is Cyarn? And she said, a deceased animal. And I was like, Cyarn? Is that what you call it, Cyarn? And she goes, yeah. And I was like, I've never heard of such a word. How do you spell it? Cyrion. I don't know how that makes it Cyarn. I thought it would be carrion. Carry on. Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Hey, I'm at the bank, so I'll be back, okay? Hi. Finally off work. Good Lord, what a day. Well, after I got back from lunch and I texted Lisa something else, she wrote back that she was on her way home from Florida, and I was like, what? I thought you were already home. I thought you were working. Oh no, that means I have to switch the phone up. I gotta switch the phone back. Anyway, yeah, I have to switch the office phone to my phone and then switch it back to her phone. I forgot to do that. Anyway, it's been a day, okay? It's just been a day. Thankfully, not a whole lot of work came in on top of what had already come in on Friday that I had to do for her, so I got a little bit caught up with my stuff. But yeah, I was like, oh good, I really need to pay attention to that vacation calendar. Yeah, because her name was on there clear as a bell. Clear as day. Yeah. Anyway, I made a snack this morning, and I sent my picture. I sent my sister a picture of my snack. And I said, look familiar? And she wrote back and said, yes. And it was celery with my fake cream cheese. But of course, if you're not allergic to dairy, you would use your regular cream cheese, which I must say does taste better than fake cream cheese. But fake cream cheese is not terrible. I mean, it's good. It's not the same, but it's good. And then you get the crushed pecans, and you kind of roll them in the crushed pecans, and that's your snack. Celery, cream cheese, and crushed pecans. And I was eating it and just as happy, but I have to be careful because that's a fake tooth right there. That one right there is that's a fake one. Isn't it pretty? Right there, that one. Because, well, you see, I had to have 4 baby teeth on top pulled and 2 baby teeth on the bottom pulled when I was 16, and then I didn't have but 2 to replace the 4 on top. Now, looking back, Texas, looking back, I wish my mama would have just left the baby teeth in there, but we didn't know no better, and we just went along with whatever the dentist said. And that led me to several years. I think I was in braces for 5 years. And it was horrible because I had to wear rubber bands. Okay, so I had to have this surgery where they cut my gum to expose the tooth. And then same thing on top. and then rubber band it from way up here to way down here, so I could barely open my mouth. And I had to be like that for a long time while those teeth grew in at a rapid rate. They didn't want to come in, and that was pretty painful, yeah. But those 2 teeth, thankfully that one moved over far enough and it stayed. But that one moved over too far, that one, and, well, it didn't move over far enough. Yeah, that's the right thing. So I went to the dentist, I think it was about 1998 or 99, and she said, you know, we can make a bonded tooth to put in there to fill that gap. And I was like, say what? I've been walking around like this for this many years, 20-something years, and I could have had a bonded tooth all this time. What's a bonded tooth? And she said, well, we make a cast impression, and we build you a tooth, and then it's bonded across the back. I said, well, how much is that going to cost? And she said, well, it's about $150, $100 to $150, something like that. And I was like, well, let's do it. Yeah, I got me a tooth, but I got to be careful how I eat because, you know, I don't want to break it because the bonding came off of one side. I can actually floss on one side because the bonding is gone, but not the other side because it's bonded, you know, on the back. Well, anyway, I went to the dentist to have it fixed, and he said the bonding we have nowadays is not going to hold. Only my father would put in a tooth 20-something years ago, and it still be hanging in there. And I was like, well, it's been about 26 years now, and it's still hanging in there. I mean, they told me I'd probably have to replace it every couple of years. But I tell you what's the truth. I take bites of, like, celery on this side not to disturb that tooth because I don't want to have to replace it. That was a very long story, wasn't it? But anyway, while I was eating my snack, I got a hold of a pecan shell, hull, as it were, in the pecans. And I like to have broke that tooth because, I don't know, somehow it got over there. You want down? Okay. I'm in my recliner because my couch isn't very comfortable in that corner. It has been sat on too much by me and 2 children, and it's not doing well in that corner, so it's not good for my back to sit in that corner. But anyway, I've been rambling on long enough. Rambling on, singing a song. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. We hope he's coming back soon because people are crazy. And I'll talk to you on the next one, okay? Toodles!